My next guest is a terrific comedian. He will be working on January 22nd through the 25th at the Punchline in the beautiful city of San Francisco. He is also the field announcer for the San Francisco 49ers. Please welcome back Bob Sarlott. Bob. See you. Thanks for coming out. How are things in San Francisco?
Things are just terrific. I love the fact to come on Little Ringo Starr, you know.
Yeah.
He became a grandfather in 1985. Did you know that, Dave?
No, was not aware of that.
Exactly. I don't know, is it just me? Or did Ringo Starr look a little bit too much like Yasser Arafat? I'm not sure. I think the only difference, Yasser Arafat's a slightly better drummer, I think.
Now, wait a minute here. Now, you're going to, let's talk about, you have sort of an assemblage of the year's events also.
Well, yeah. It was a big year in music. You were kind of ripping Lionel Richie last night, which I thought was kind of neat.
Well, yeah, the Awesome Dream.
Say you, say me.
Yeah.
Say some more pronouns for us, Lionel. How about it? No. Now, did you know the #1 song last year, Dave, by the group Wham? I'm proud to be an American. How about you, folks? Wham.
Yeah.
They went to China. Now, they went to China last year, and supposedly, because of them going to China, other groups now can't play in China.
They've been banned.
This is true. Supposedly, the music of Wham drove this Chinese into a sexual frenzy by the nearly nude antics of background singers. Now, as a result, a John Denver concert was canceled. Now, you tell me, Wham, John Denver, how much excitement can the Chinese handle, huh? I guess the Archies tour is out of the question. But I don't know. Big year in music.
What about films?
Well, movies. Well, you know what? By the way, I didn't tell you this. Wham, that wasn't the actual name of the group. The first choice of the group, there were two choices, Bam and Thank You, Ma'am. How many knew that? Just I need some drums with that, Steve. Is that possible? Thank you. Actually, something like that. That was something Casey Kasem can get away with, you know?
Yeah.
Their first two choices were Bam and Thank You, Ma'am. You know, Casey's had another big year in '85.
Now, he wants to be, I actually read this about a year ago. There was a major article about Casey Kasem somewhere. And, you know, more power to him. He really wants to be an actor.
Well, he thought he could be another De Niro.
That's right.
And I don't know about that. What do you think? Maybe doing the scene from Taxi Driver, maybe there in front of the mirror. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? There's nobody else here. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? We'll be right back.
Do a couple of long-distance dedications and
then
come back. Sure.
Yeah. You keep your feet in the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
That's right. Casey. Yeah.
Well, speaking of great actors, Stallone had another big year, Dave.
Oh, the man has taken over the world of film.
Rambo, Rocky. I got some inside information. He's going to be doing a whole different thing, and to change his image, I understand in '86, he's thinking about wearing a shirt in one of the movies. I don't know. It's
going to stretch a little.
Little stretch. Yeah. He got married. Big deal. In '85, got married to Birgit Nilsson.
Brigitte,
the Swedish model. It was a very touching ceremony. They were, I think they wrote their own vows. Well, not write it. They actually drew them, I think. But.
It's not a cheap shot, is it?
No, it's not a cheap. Well, you know, he thinks he actually wants to get a chance to maybe work with some of the great actors in the business. Now, I don't know. I guess we'll never get a chance to know how good an actor he is till he gets a chance to punch out Dustin Hoffman and strangle Sir Laurence Olivier.
Yeah,
but
that'll be the real test.
But how about Arnold? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You know, he was here, and we met his fiancée. She's a lovely woman.
Now, do you ever get the impression when you see a Schwarzenegger movie that if he wasn't making those movies, he might be doing the same stuff anyway? You know? Well, he's marrying Maria Shriver from CBS News.
She's
and you know the Kennedys are just overjoyed with this. In fact, when Rose Kennedy got the news, she actually went in the backyard and practiced turning over in her grave, which...
She practiced that.
Yeah.
See, I missed that. I've been busy.
Time.
You know, I didn't see that. In her spare time.
In her spare time, she likes to hunt and fish in the off-season. Well, what's the deal now? You know, the other one that Gorbachev. Now, speaking of first families, the Kennedy-like family, the Gorbachev, they were in Paris.
The Kennedy-like family, the Gorbachev.
That's right. Well, that's what they're comparing them to. That kind of, you know, Camelot feeling in Russia, which we all know pretty well, don't we? Yeah. But supposedly now they went to Paris this last year. And remember this, before they had the summit, he and his wife went to Paris, and they were talking about fashion, and Pierre Cardin was there, right? And I guess in the interest of international diplomacy, Pierre Cardin said, you know, the people in Paris, New York, and Moscow are looking more and more alike. Sure. Huge fat women, babushkas, gray coats. Where have I seen that? The Riviera? I guess, I guess Park Avenue is where we've seen that. Big, you're in television now.
Are we in the television category now?
Yeah, that's right. Television
for 40.
The answer is, all right. The scores can change in this round. Keep it. But, well, in TV now, the biggest thing now, you had Raymond Burr on the show, which I thought he was a great guest. How many folks saw Raymond Burr back as Perry Mason? Pretty? Okay. I don't know what he's been doing since he left Ironsides, but you can pretty much bet sit-ups wasn't at the top of the list. All right, another cheap brag. I'm sorry. But the thing was, though, I don't know, his mind wasn't really on the case. Toward the end, I don't know if you saw this.
I didn't see that.
Well, toward the end of the film, he was real good. But he went up to the judge toward the end. I remember seeing this. He said, Your Honor, if the court please, I'd like to call Sarah Lee to the stand. As a witness, Mr. Mason? No, but just some cakes and pies and cookies.
How about New Year's resolutions?
Well, I'm trying to quit smoking. That's a real big deal now.
Yeah.
I think I saw that.
Sure,
I think I read that in USA Today next to Larry King's column, I think. Yeah, Don Shula had his greatest year as a coach. I love chicken giblets with gravy. How about you? Anyway, hello, New York. How are you? Yeah. What a polite guy Larry is, isn't he?
He does that all-night radio show, yeah. Mutual Broadcasting. Very popular
Smokes
show.
A couple of butts, I think Larry does. More butts for Mr. King. How are you? Overland Park, Kansas. Hello. I was trying to quit, and the Surgeon General's got that little warning on the side of the pack. And the Surgeon General has determined cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health, so a lot of people have quit. But now the Surgeon General's getting real cocky now. He's starting to give his advice for other products. I picked up a bag of potato chips. Said the Surgeon General has determined these are excellent with onion dip.
So he's branching out.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever looked at the back of a bag of potato chips? That they're going to arrest it. They always put nutritional information on the back of potato chips. I never can figure this out. You know, per serving of Ruffles, you get 2% of the protein you need per day. Now think about this. There's 7.5 servings in a bag, so one bag, that's 15%. 7 bags, you're a pretty healthy guy. You know?
January 22nd, 25th. When is it? Next week?
In a couple weeks.
Couple weeks. Back in San Francisco at the Punchline. It's Bob Sarla. Nice to see you, Bob.
Thank you, Dave.
I see you got your sleeves all rolled up. Ready to go to work. We'll be right back, folks.